Welcome back. Dr. Christopher Mazoue has joined me, and among his many titles, he is chairperson of the South Carolina High School League Sports Medicine Advisory Council, which is kind of a mouthful, but he is here to discuss the agreement of the council and what's going on right now with high school sports. So thanks for being with us. Give us a brief overview of what's going on.
Thank you. Good morning. So we're in an exciting time today with high school sports, and so today, August 17th, we've actually started the process of initiating high school sports here in South Carolina. So today we've started off with girls golf, swim, and girls tennis. And so today's a significant day for South Carolina high school sports.
Absolutely, and I know everybody's very glad to be back. So we're now in phase 1.5. What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, so that those phases were instituted. So it was phase 1.0 initially, and then phase 1.5. So for those sports I just mentioned, girls golf, swim, and girls tennis, they're actually out of their phases and they're in kind of regular competition mode. Now, what that means is that they are continuing to follow proper protocols with social distancing and hygiene and wearing masks and doing all the things that they need to do to make sure that they stay safe. Phase 1.5 is still cross-country volleyball until August 24th. And then August 24th, they're moving into the next phase. And then competitive cheer and football are still in phase 1.5, but the plan is for September 8th, they'll move out of that phase.
Okay, and so talking about these phases and the regulations that you mentioned, who's responsible for not only initiating those regulations, but making sure they're being followed? And is there a process for reporting how they're being followed and those kinds of things?
That's a great question. So Jerome Singleton, the commissioner of the South Carolina High School League, has worked with an extensive amount of partners to put together a plan to make sure that our student athletes are safe and our community is safe. And so he's worked with his executive committee for that. But Dr. Singleton has also made it very clear that it's up to the schools to make sure they put protocols in place. And so they've given guidelines, but ultimately it's up to the high school administrators, the local administrators, the coaches, the student athletes, the parents, the community to make sure that we're doing everything properly.
And so let's kind of move gears a little bit and talk about what it means for USC and if they're following their similar guidelines and how that relates to high school sports.
Yeah, in some aspects, the guidelines are very, very similar. And what we just talked about, making sure that you're wearing masks or face coverings, social distancing, making sure that we're cleaning the equipment properly, and just understanding the nature of this virus. The differences are that obviously at the University of South Carolina level, they're also talking with the SEC and the NCAA to try to develop policies across the conference and across the NCAA. And I'll tell you that the University of South Carolina has done just an absolutely fantastic job of making sure that our student athletes are aware and our coaches are aware, our administrators are aware of the consequences of this virus and making sure they do things properly.
And so real quickly, in about the last 20 seconds, if they do play USC, their schedule is going to be modified. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think the schedule is actually coming out today. So obviously they're only playing SEC games. And that was a decision made by the SEC because they felt that was the best way that they could make sure that they put proper protocols in place to make sure we keep everyone safe.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much for being with us, Doctor. We really appreciate the information.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Gold is setting record high prices. What does that mean? Find out next.